Good evening. Well, it's cold. I would have brought a blanket in here with me, but I just turned my little heater on and all is well. But I'm Deanna Blackman. I'm Stampin' Dee Dee. And this is the first Tuesday night of the month, and we have Dying to Know. But before we do that, I thought I'd just chat with you for a minute. And we've had several days now of below freezing temperatures at night, and we're supposed to have snow Thursday and Friday, and that's unusual for us. So everybody, I went to Sam's today just to get a couple of rotisserie chickens because I debone. We eat off of one of them while they're hot. And then I debone the other one, the whole chicken, and what's left of the one we ate off of, and measure it into freezer bags, 2-cup portions, and put them in the freezer. So I went to Sam's to get that. There was a chicken line. The line was wrapped around some of the corners in the aisle. And so I got in the chicken line because that's the whole reason I went to Sam's. And I noticed there were no chickens in the big grillers, the big rotisserie ovens that they have. There were no chickens. Normally, they're putting chickens out that they've taken out of the rotisserie, but then they've got a whole huge rack of chickens ready to put back in the rotisserie. There were no chickens. So I worked my way up, as people got their chickens, and she put the last 3 chickens on the counter, and I needed 2. So I got my 2, and she looked at the lady behind me and said, "There's one left." And I just thought, thank you, Lord, that I got my rotisserie chickens, because I need those. I pull those 2-cup bags out and, make chicken soup and chicken spaghetti and everything. So anyway, that's my, and everybody was in Sam's stocking up on food, getting ready for what we may have 2 inches of snow, 2 to 5, they say, inches of snow. But we're not used to that here, so everybody was stocking up on food. Yeah, we Texans are funny about that. So, let's see. Oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you about. I've got 3 grandchildren that live in Baton Rouge, and we don't get to see them very often, but I got to Zoom with my 8-year-old grandson yesterday, and I was able to check the little book that he's reading for school, check it out of the library, and he read to me on Zoom, and that was so fun. Of course, I'm a retired teacher, and I just loved doing that. I loved spending that time with him and listening to him read and helping, give him some hints. And anyway, so that's a fun thing to do. I love Zoom, and I love it for that reason. All right. So tonight is Dying to Know. And if you see anything you like and you don't have a demonstrator that you order through, I'd love to be that demonstrator to help you out. And I have, an online store, and all the links are on my webpage, on my Facebook page, and on my YouTube page. So after this is recorded, I move it over to YouTube, and you can see it there as well. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to move the camera from this little stand to my overhead thing, and so just bear with me. I hope I don't cut us off. Bear with me a minute while I do that. Yes. Okay. Let me move this just a little bit. Get this thing out of the way. All right, I think we're ready to go. That wasn't too painful, was it? Delightful Wishes. This is the bundle that we're going to be looking at tonight. And it is and the new catalog, the new mini catalog, went live today. So starting today, you can order from the new January through April, I think it is. Let me look. January through April mini catalog. And when you place your order, be sure and check out the celebration items, because for every $60 you spend, you can earn a free celebration item. So if you go online, you can go to my online store. That would be at DeannaBlackman.stampinup.net, and type in online. Type in whatever you're looking for. Type in products. Type in online exclusives. Whatever. Type in the mini catalog, and it will come up and show you the products that are available. So this is Delightful Wishes. And the thing that I loved about this set, and I said this in my Facebook Live last week because I used this for several of the cards. I love the word wishing. I love that. Love the layers. You've also got the stamp, the wishing stamp. So we're going to look at the dies first. So this has this is a two-step set, and it is I don't know what the dies are called, but they're two pieces, sort of a highlight area for each one of them. For example, let me get this right here. This die, this right here, has a piece that goes with it that when you cut them out, it looks like this. And of course, you know, whatever colors you choose to use. So there's that for that piece. And for this flower, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to look up here and make sure I've got you on here. Yes. Okay. So there's that flower and this flower. It also, for these leaves right here, there's this leaf and this leaf, two different size leaves, the same thing. And it really is cute when you put it all together, your leaves, your stems, your flowers, using the two die set. So you've got this flower and this die. You've got this flower and this die, then and this flower and this die. Then this is a standalone flower. I mean, it's standalone. It has two-step stamping, and we're going to go over that here in a minute. Let me go ahead and get this off. So we'll come to that in a minute, but this is the die for it. And then you have this leaf die, which coordinates with this stamp. And then this two-step leaf and this two-step leaf. These, I think, are flower centers. That is the only thing I could think of. They've got to be flower centers. So I'm not sure if I used them. If I didn't, it's the only thing I didn't use. And then this creates a pattern on your paper. these are the flowers. These are the separate flowers. You stamp your two-step stamping, and then you cut them with this. And all of this I have the cutouts for. And then you have this sentiment, this label that will fit the different sentiments. So let me bring the dies over here. All right. So here is your wishing die. This, and you would do this in 2 different colors, and you would layer them like that, one on top of the other. And it just looks so cool. And I gave you some tips on that in the video last week, so you can go back to that and look. And then this is your label die. So your stem is here. And then this flower and the centerpiece that, and what I've had to do is mark it so that I know how it fits. That's how it fits. So on my die, I put a little mark, and on the back of the centerpiece die, I put a little mark so that I know how those are going to fit together. Whatever works for you, but that helps me. So I've got the mark here and here on this so that I can position them. And then this one's a little bit easier. This one, this is this die and this die, and it positions on like that. So that's this one. All right. So you've got those 2 flowers. Then you've got this flower, and it has the little, and I didn't do one with it, but it fits on there kind of like that. Just to give a little bit of interest and dimension to it. Then you've got your leaf, which is this one, and this leaf right here. I'm looking to see what else. And this leaf is the stamped. You'll cut out the stamp. And this is that little interest piece. And I'll have used it on a card. But it just allows you to show some background paper. And however you might use it on the front or on the inside, just creates a little bit of interest. And then this die, it cuts out all of these little flowers, and 3 of them come together, but then the others are separate. So you can position them any way you want. So those are the dies. And now let's look at the stamps. All right, here's the stamps. And here's that that stamp that is going to be cut out with this die. Well, I have to get it. There you go. And then it creates all the little stamps that you can position then on the branch. This is the 2-step part of it. So you have this one, which is this, and you have this one, which is this, and this then will fit onto this, stamp on that, and I'm actually gonna, well, I'm not gonna demonstrate that one. I did that one on my Facebook Live, but I'm going to demonstrate this part. This is another little stem. It's this one right here. And then you have leaves that stamp onto this. And I'm going to show you how that works. Let's see. And then this leaf. Well, turn it over, which then you have the die for. This is just a little interest piece. Did I not stamp that on here? I don't think I did. So let me stamp that on there. Huh. So it's just a little, I don't think I got enough ink on it. Now, there we go. It's just a little bit of a interest piece. Adds a little bit of background. Get my stamp clean. Put it back on here. And then your sentiments, along with your wishing. You've got wishing you all the best, wishing you a happy birthday, wishing you were here, wishing lots of love, and wishing you well. So lots of different ways that you can use the wishing. You can use just the stamp, or you can stamp and die cut the stamp out, or you can just use the 2 dies. However you want to do it. All right, I think that covers the dies and the stamps. So let me do this. Let me show you. And because these are photopolymer stamps, I'm going to use my little foam pad. And so I'm going to use this little stem, and I'm going to use Early Espresso. So I'm going to get that ink opened up. And stamp it right in the middle of this. All right. Get this one put back. And now I think what I'll do next are my flowers. So I'm going to do the heavier piece, the more solid piece. And you always want to do the background in a lighter color. So I will do it in Pretty in Pink. And then I'm going to do the inside part in the Petunia Pop, which is just a little bit darker. So let me get this inked up. And I'm going to position this with the little flower at the top. All right. My stamp fell off my thing, so, but that's fine. It'll work fine. And now I'm going to take the little accented pieces and use my Petunia Pop. I wish that hadn't fallen off. All right. And I know the little part goes at the top, and then I just position the rest of it as best I can. And you know, it doesn't matter. It's an abstract piece anyway, but see how it fills in? So you've got that, and then I'm going to do these leaves, this little leaf stamp. And I'll do it in garden green. Ink it up. And I'm going to put this little leaf at the top. There we go. So it fills in with the leaves. And it really, it's not an exact science at all. All right, so we've got, I wanted to show you how to use those pieces. If I was worried about a little bit of space, then I would take this one and come back with my garden green. Let's see if I can do that. I think I can. Let's see what it looks like. Whoa. Well, here we go. Get that up. So, if I wanted to fill that space in a little bit, I'm not sure I want to do that, though. You know what I might do? Let me clean this off. Let me get my tape. I know you've seen me do this before. And all I want to ink up is the little bitty one. So get my tape and put it over the big one. All I want is the little one. So I'm going to ink up the little one. And then pull the tape off. And then I'm going to put a leaf right there. There it goes. Which kind of connects that flower that was a little randomly off. But you know, I'll do that again. I can do that one more time. A little piece of tape over the big leaf. Ink up the little leaf. Pull the tape off. And then I'm going to do that again right here. There we go. All right. So I've added a couple of little leaves to fill in that empty space. And I think that just works great. Now I want to show you how I use that on a card. So here's the card that I made using that very thing. Let me get this pushed up a little bit. All right. So I think it just adds so much. Now, I do want to, let me get to the next card. So that is using that exact piece on this card. All right, let me put this over here. Put this over here. I want to be able to show you the cards. Let me move Delightful Wishes. Before I do that, though, when you order this suite, let me show you in the book. Here's the suite. Here's the Delightful Wishes stamp set. You get these little bees, bumblebees. Let me see if I can get them open without dumping them everywhere. There we go. I've used a lot of them already. So they're just little bees, and they are so cute, and they're flat back, so they're easy to use. Easy to use to your card without adding very much bulk. So those are little bees. They're called Tiny Bee Trinkets. So if you order the suite, you get the stamp set, the die set, you get the bee trinkets, you get this Daffodil Delight ribbon, and you get 2 sets of 2 packets of Designer Series paper. One with the regular 12 by 12, and this is vellum, and you get 2 each of 3 sheets of vellum. So let me give you a closer look at that. And that's on page 34 and 35 in your catalog. So here is the Designer Series paper. So this has some large flowers on it that you can fussy cut if you want to. And the background of green. This one has just some smaller flowers and a gingham, yellow gingham background. This has some flowers with a little bit of the pool party in the background. And a small print. This is a background of the Daffodil Delight with the pecan pie. And then here you have another smaller flower with a print background in the Daffodil Delight. And again, another smaller background with a different print. And the colors used in this set are Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Pecan Pie, and Pool Party. Then these are your 3 vellums. And they are just so pretty. They're just very delicate. And you have your gingham, which I love. And these add your pool party in. So let's look at some more cards. I'll put this away. All right. Here is one where I stamped the wishing. And then I just cut around it. I backed it, matted it, and cut around it. So that's just using the stamp. In fact, well, I did stamp these leaves and cut them out here and here. And then wishing you all the best. And some of the Daffodil Delight ribbon. I used one of the I'll get this flower. I used that and stamped it. I believe it was in Lemon Lolly and Daffodil Delight. And then just did some random stamping of the leaves and those little sprinkle things all around it. And then the inside, I just used the little flower and did the same thing in the leaves. And I did that on the envelope as well. So there's that one. This is the note card that I demoed last week on my Facebook Live using, I die cut the words, gave you some tips on gluing those words together. Then the flowers, the little bead trinkets. This was the baby wipe technique. So we colored the flowers with the baby wipes, and we colored this background with them. So that was that one. Here's another one where I cut the words. I used Lemon Lolly and Garden Green. And this, the background is the vellum paper. You can sort of see, because I just glued it underneath all of this, so the glue didn't show. But, so you can see how delicate it is and what a pretty look it gives it. Then I cut the stem and stamped and die cut the flowers and added them on. I don't know whether you can see, but I did in that background piece, I did do the die cut with I was going to get the die back out with this die. I die cut right on here. Just creates a point of interest. Then on the inside, I did the same thing on my back, so the background would show through. And I just put some of the paper on the bottom of the envelope. All right, there's that one. This one also uses the vellum here, vellum here, and here. That vellum is so pretty. And use the early espresso and the lemon lolly. And did the stem with the flowers again and the greenery and the little bead trinkets. Wishing you all the best. Inside, just a little piece of that vellum. And I did do the flap with the vellum. All right. And then here's another one. Let me get the envelope out from behind it. This is the fun fold. And on this one, I die cut the flowers and the inside of the flowers. I used Pool Party, and maybe this is Azure Afternoon. The wishing is with Pool Party and Early Espresso and the little bead trinkets and one of those little flowers up here. I think I put that up there to cover up the adhesive. And then when it opens up, wishing lots of love. All right, and then the Designer Series paper on the cover. And then last, again, I used the stem, and I used a combination of the little leaves and the larger leaves. And the Designer Series paper. And on the background here, I used that little interest background stamp. And I just used the happy birthday. And let's see. So I did my tape technique, and I taped off wishing you a, and just stamped the happy birthday. Use some of the Designer Series paper on the corner. I didn't put anything on the inside. And the Daffodil Delight ribbon along with some twine. All right. And I just added a strip of paper on the flap of the envelope. So there you go. Lots of different ways that you can use this stamp and die set. And I love the variety. They all look so very different. And yet, they're using the very same set. So I hope I've given you some ideas on ways to use this set, Delightful Wishes. I hope you'll give it a try. I'm looking to see. If you are watching this on YouTube, please comment, let me know, hit like, and even share it with a friend. If you share it onto your webpage, your Facebook page, or share it to a friend that you think might enjoy seeing how to use this stamp set and die set. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching me live today, thank you for watching. And on YouTube, I appreciate my followers so much. I wish you well. Stay warm during this cold spell if you live in Texas. And I know the Midwest and the northern states, they're getting really blasted with snow and lots of freezing weather. So all of us are getting a taste of winter now. So take care. God bless. And I will see you on Thursday with using one of the celebration sets. So be sure and take a look at the catalog. If you don't have a catalog, don't have a demonstrator to get one to you, let me know. And I would be glad to get a catalog to you. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.